Hi, it's Wasabi, welcome back to the channel. Got a battle on the Fisherman's Bay map, and it's El Commander T from Fiddy Clan. He's playing in the A43, which I had not played yet. This is a Tier 6 Soviet medium tank, and it leads to the Tier 10 K91 Soviet medium tank. The tanks above this, the A44 and above, are rear turreted, so this is the last version of it. This comes from the T34, so it's basically an upgraded version of the T34. It's got a choice of guns in it, which are the standard 76mm, then the 57mm is 4, and the top gun is a 76mm. But the best accuracy gun is the 57mm, and that's what El Comandante is playing. We'll just call him Connie. So 29 rounds per minute without any special crew skills, but fairly low average damage of 85 hit points. But yeah, it's got one of the highest DPMs in the medium tanks, so even with a 76mm gun with a slightly higher thing, you can see how quickly it's firing, basically once every 2 seconds. The aim time is 1.9, so slight handicap there. It helps if you're stationary, because the gun bloom when it fires, obviously it needs to settle down by the time you fire, and therefore if you're moving your gun around. Yeah, he's put some lucky, the first shot was pretty lucky into that M4A3A, but you can see how much damage he's pumping out. It's already done 300 and 400 plus damage to that tank in a few seconds, and now he's punishing this KV-85, taking him down to half health. Another KV-85 there. He's going after the M4 again, the Easy 8. He's taking him down to 200. So in a fairly short space of time, he's racked up 1,000 plus hit points of damage, and just keeps going on. And these targets keep presenting himself. He'll keep doing that. And one more shot into the M4. Oh no, he needs to penetrate. There he goes. Now that's all with standard ammunition. Penetration is 112mm for the standard round, 189 for the premium round, which is APCR with better shell velocity. Oh, can he line up the arty? No, I don't think he quite can. And he doesn't really get too exposed here. His team is behind a bit, quite substantially in hit points. They're already nearly 2,000 hit points behind, which in a tier 6 game is a fair chunk. It's at least 2 and a bit tanks worth, and he's going to have his work cut out for him. Oh, just had a target there in the T150, got the outline, but was switching targets at that time, so I think he's lost that opportunity. It might have just been gaps in buildings. So he's just searching out here. Doesn't want to really get exposed. Puts a few blind shots in. Not sure whether they've gone in, but anyway, he's got a few tanks here they'd really like to get rid of. And there you go, there's driving out. That's not a really good play. Punishes the IKV tank destroyer. He's down now to a single shot. And he's gone. He wants to get rid of that AMX-12T for sure. Alright, they pulled some results back a little bit. They're now 1 tank up, but they're still a fair chunk down on hit points. Now I'd say a fair bit of that's in the town there. Oh, and there's the 12T. Has he got him? Oh, you can get a few shots in. There's one. Oh, he's tracked him. He's repaired. One more shot. Oh, just missed the opportunity. He's got him down to a single shot. Now that's the first bit of damage he's taken from the Type 64. It's obviously led by the 12T. And now this VK2801 is pushing on him, so he's aware of it already. He always had his sights up in third-person view, so he knew he was coming. One more shot, so he took a couple of hits there. He's down now to 503 hit points of health, but still that's more than halfway. And that was a bit of an over-bold move there by the VK. Thought he would catch him unawares, but perhaps he should have run away instead of kept pushing that position. And he just pokes forward there. He's not willing yet to take a more shot on that 12T. Will he get him? He does in the end. Yeah, lucky shot there at the end. The first one just went over the top probably, but manages to connect the last one. So 2,000 hit points of damage. He's just about touched. And his team is back down now to 3 chunks behind. And he's just taken every opportunity to whittle down the enemy tanks that he can spot. Now they're 4 tanks down. They're really in bad shape, so he's basically giving up the centre. There isn't a lot of action there anyway. And he's heading back here to basically try and cut off the tanks that have managed to break through the town. All the tanks in the town have been lost. And he's going to set up probably where that M44 is, those bushes at the back, trying to light up the tanks that are going to cross in from that side. And see this bush is right in front of him. That gives you good observability of the tanks coming out of the town. So they basically have to come up that line, and you've got tank destroyers and artillery backing you up from the hill behind. They can start doing some damage. So he's just picking up a bit of spotting damage here. He's only really getting the outline of the top of the turret on that KV2. He's got him stationary, and he's just punching the fire out there every 2 seconds. Just 500 hit points of damage is soaked out of that KV2. So over 2,600 hit points of damage is done now. And he's just getting those outlines. There's T150 doing exactly the same thing. Now he's firing premium ammunition at this point. He needs that penetration, and he's got to deal with them. So they've got it back down to a 2 tank disadvantage. And a lot of these tanks are one shot, so in fact there goes that KV2. So there's 2 tanks down there he knows about, a KV85 and a T150. There's a Type 64 last seen in the middle, but that's doesn't really mean that he's still there, of course, being a very mobile light tank. And there's KV85, you can see Camo pulls back carefully, Camo Commie, got 2 players mixed up there, sorry. So Commie's got that KV85 lit, and he's taken some more damage, so he's got now 1,000 hit points of sister damage. He's get a kill shot in there. Yes, he does. So he's not taking any chances there. Now the good thing about this tank, even though it's high DPM rate, it carries a shit ton of ammunition, so he's not any likelihood of running out. He's got nearly 3,000 hit points of damage, and he's still got plenty of shells. He's got over 90 shells left, so it's a fair chunk there. You're seeing that VK pushing up, but there is an SU-100Y in front of him, so hopefully that SU can put some damage in, but he's just keeping an eye on it. He keeps switching, looking around, just to make sure that if he needs to actually take some action on that side. But okay, I think he's made a decision now. The KP85's dead, there's only the T150 there. He's found him, he's been spotted, but he can beat the gun on that T150 in terms of being, T150's been hit already, and he gets the kill shot. And what else can he do down here? We can come back and help on the north, I guess. No, he's found the Type 64, so the Type 64's moved down. He's been spotted. No, I'm not seeing the outline there, that's just a replay bug, but now he's T64's charging in and he gets a big hit from Marty, but he gets the kill shot on the Type 64, and I'm not sure the Type 64 got any more damage in on him actually. But it took, 200 hit points, 235 off from the arty, so that's no good. But now they're in front, they're 1 tank in front. They've got the hit point advantage. The M44 gets rid of the VK, and now he's on a hunt for the last arty. So that last kill, that got him the top gun. 3,000 hit points of damage, 1,200 of assistant, and there's just an artillery piece left. You know, he's not where that last marker was on the mini-map. He knew from the direction it hit that he'll be up here in the corner somewhere. And he's got 5 minutes to go, so as long as he stays out of the line of the gun, he'll be alright. but it is an M44, so pretty much the best artillery tier for tier at the moment in the game. It is going to get a bit of nerfing in the patch that's coming out tomorrow. So there'll be a few players who won't be playing M44 anymore. Okay, now he's been spotted. And he's running away, so he's locked on. And he's just putting shot after shot. He's got to get out of the way of the gun. And that's it, that's the end of the game. That's 7 kills for Commie and 3.5k of damage. Let's see what that gives him in terms of results. So that was a pretty massive carry there by Commie. He ended up with the Ace Tanker Mastery Badge there. The 7 kills gave him the Top Gun Award and the High Caliber Award for doing the most damage in the game. 3.6k of direct damage and 1.2 of assisted damage, so that's 4.k of combined damage. Would have been a pretty high WN8 result there. In terms of the team, 1659 base experience, almost double the next player who was there in the SU-100Y, the box tank, who only did 1800 damage there. And the rest of the team, yeah, basically really didn't fulfill their potential, apart from the A43 2, who played the middle there but died fairly early. On the enemy team, the KV85 there did nearly 3k, so good play there, only 600 base XP in a losing side. That's a pretty good result there, so shout out to a Blue Eats Us Off there. You know what that means. Alrighty, shots fired, 68. Just speaks again to the ammunition capacity of the tank. 52 direct hits, 47 of those penetrated. That's his damage target. Damaged 11 vehicles in total, so nearly, good percentage of the team that he hit. And of course, got 7 kills there. Did a bit of roaming, 3.34k, so he wasn't static apart from that, hold in the middle there. Had some battle payments, and can't forget this is a tech tree tank, so ended up earning 79,000 credits, but he spent 80,000 on ammunition, so ended up with a very minor loss of 5k. Didn't use any premium consumables at all, so no food or anything like that. So a really good result there, but also speaks to the power of the gun. There's this 457mm. You can get that in the KV1, and that's a tier 5. So it can really hold its own. Any issue with the KV1 is obviously you're faced with other KV1s and similar things. So the pen, you would have to resort to using APCR sometimes to just make your way through the other heavy tanks. In any case, a great game there from Commie. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. We'll definitely have more content during the week.